Welcome back, everybody, to the A. Yeah.
Sorry.
Welcome back, everybody, to the A.J.I. Show. Episode 40 freaking 2.
I almost said podcast.
Ooh, we don't talk
okay.
about that anymore. Yeah. Episode 42. If you're not already following, please do and share this with all your friends, your families, your brothers, sisters, your moms, your dads, your aunts, your uncles, and your cat dogs owners. And let's get on with today's freaking episode. That's going to be intro. No retakes.
No.
Nope. Nope. How's it going, everybody? How you doing? I'm here with my wifey. Say hello, wifey.
Hello.
We didn't just get back, but since the last time you saw us, the episode that we don't talk about, that was a boring episode. I want to say that was a boring episode.
We were hungry, and guess what?
We were hungry, and we're hungry again. I feel like we timed these terribly to the point.
But I'm not as hungry as last time. I'll be fine. And we have stuff to talk about, guys.
We're hungry. Very hungry. All right, first things first.
How was your week?
It was good.
Before we went to California.
Before we went to California.
It's crazy. We've already been
to
and from California since we last podcast did. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We basically said, hey, what's up, California? And then we said, hey, bye, California. It's like...
No, it's just kind of like California.
Yeah.
That's basically how it went,
Or no, it's more like California, fun California, back home.
Yeah.
Because you have to drive a lot of California to get to California.
So...
Or get to the place you want.
Other than that, nothing happened. Right? It's just our life. It's our reality. It's us. Nothing really happened.
I feel like we had something fun before that.
No, I did. I got my tooth done, and it feels like a piece of gum that's on my tooth.
That was before last episode, because you talked about it. Honestly, I think we should just call this podcast the Dentist Podcast.
Yeah, we only talk about teeth.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work because we don't really go to the dentist.
But the last 7 episodes have been about the dentist.
Because we've had to go to the dentist quite often. It just aligned so that weird. You guys got earfuls of just dentist after dentist after dentist. And then actually I'm going back to the dentist.
So am I.
To get the permanent. No. I'm going back to the dentist on July 9th. To get my permanent crown on.
I can't remember when I went. Was it January? No. April?
And when I went, they were like, oh, your permanent crown's going to be ceramic, so it's basically going to be unbreakable. I beg to differ.
I think that's what mine is.
Ceramic, yeah. No, yeah, they are really strong. I don't plan on breaking mine, and I really, really hope it doesn't break, because I don't want to go back to the dentist again. And you know what? If they have to... I hope they just have to pop this off and pop on the new one. Because if they have to numb me up again, I'm going to be so freaking mad.
Well, for mine, I eat things I shouldn't eat. Like,
what do you mean?
I shouldn't chew on things as hard as I do on that side. So, like, caramels or, like, when I have a hard candy, I can't just suck on it. I'm, like, immediately, like, you know? Well, it's probably not the best, even though it's unbreakable.
They said you can eat completely normally after you get it.
Yeah, but it's not normal to just be chewing on hard stuff.
But also, like, if you do happen to break it, does that then come out of your pocket?
Yeah.
That's actually so stupid.
Literally, them failing your cavity filling came out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. At least I'm pretty sure at least everything's all paid for, and I don't gotta pay for anything else. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And we got bills. We got bills that are scraping the bottom of our pockets right now.
Yeah, but not just because we have bills. Everyone has bills, but we have a lot of fun activities to do. Fun activities we've been doing.
Yeah. Many things.
It's worth it.
We went to EDC. And then we went to what did we do after that?
My birthday weekend.
That's what. Yeah.
But we stayed home for that. It was just a weekend. You know, it was a weekend.
We literally celebrated your birthday Friday, 3 days straight. For 3 days in a row.
We saw some sort of friend each and every second of that weekend.
And called it celebrating your birthday each day. Yeah. And then after that, then we had the Metallica concert that we went to. And then this coming weekend, we're going to the Peyton and Cam live show. The You Should Know podcast live show.
Yep.
Which will be absolutely awesome. We got VIP tickets. You already know this story, okay? Yeah. We got VIP tickets. We're going to go see them in person. Well, I'm going to be right here, and they're going to be all the way up here when we're standing next to each other, right?
My anxiety's through the roof, and we're not even... I'm so nervous. This will be like, I guess, a second, because the first well-known person I met was Tia.
Yeah.
From TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Which was amazing. Are you kidding? My favorite person I've ever met. But it'll only be my second, like, well-known person, you know? Well, second or third.
Mm-hmm. And for the meet and greet, our original plan to have them like take a video of them and have do our intro of our podcast, I don't think that'll work because they seem to be like they're gonna be very strict on like coming in and out and like very quick picture leave. So bleh.
We did see a super cool thing to do that I really want to do is getting a blank phone case and having them both sign it. I think that'd be really cool. But not a phone case to wear.
That is one thing. Having them sign something, having them sign a T-shirt, sign a poster, sign a picture, sign a something.
I wonder how many
having
people
them sign
their,
something.
Signatures tattooed. Would you get? Okay. You're not a big tattoo person.
I'm not
Would
a big
I get
tattoo
someone's
guy.
signature tattooed?
The Rock's for sure.
No.
No? Really?
If anybody, call me crazy, but Tana.
Tana's signature, you get it tattooed?
Cool.
Where would you get it tattooed? Tana.
On my arm or something.
Yeah.
Just like something tiny, like small or something. But that's also like kind of crazy. I'd have her sign something before I would be like, yo, sign me so I can tattoo it.
Yeah.
You know what? I just hope one day I can actually meet her because sadly they're gonna stop the podcast after August.
Podcasts.
Doesn't mean it's gone and never coming back, but it's gonna be a while.
What else does she like get money from? You know, like
she originally YouTube.
Okay,
she makes YouTube videos.
She still makes YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Does she also do like the Snap stories and stuff like that?
Snap stories. At one point, she had an OF, but
revenue.
She's never like.
Not ad revenue. I don't know.
From what she says, it's never like anything crazy. Her OF. It's
speaking of like making money and stuff like that.
But anyway, what I was saying is I don't know if she does her OF anymore. But she was making a lot of money off that. I do know that.
Speaking of making money, me and Jerry are starting OF. No, I'm just kidding. No.
No, wait.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Straight up joke, all right?
Okay, what I was about to say is I have bought an OF.
Yeah, you have. But it's not what you guys think.
No,
chill out.
It's Nikki Glamour's
just uncensored story times.
Uncensored story times from Nikki Glamour, and she's just a YouTuber that I just love.
Yeah. That's gonna be the title of the podcast. Jerry has an OF. Wait, no, Jerry bought an OF.
That's a good title.
And it's literally going to be 10 seconds of the podcast of us saying that, of this episode,
No,
of us talking about that. And that
was,
will be the title of the episode.
I did kind of tricky, though. I looked at you and I did it, and I was like, can I buy this OF? And I kind of paused, and you were like, what? Huh? And I was like, it's really just for, like, I'm not asking. I'm just telling you I'm buying it.
In a way, it was basically just kind of like buying a Patreon subscription. That's all.
Yeah. Had nothing to do sexually.
Oh yeah. I was speaking of like making money. I got accepted into the TikTok creator something.
Shop affiliate?
Shop affiliate. That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would say there's no way you made it into the creator fund. You have to have 10K, and then you get, I don't know. A lot of people like getting paid from that. A lot of people say it's really hard.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people who make a decent amount of money with it literally post like 10, 12 a day about different things. And then they like redo that. So like even if they get 1,000 views or less, it still stacks up and more and more and more. And then that's how they get more people to view it, more people to see it, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to spam my account with tons of videos of just random products and stuff like that. I would love to just, because like there's a bunch of like really cool shirts, like my Naruto pump shirt, my pump cover. I would love to get like a few of those and like do that, and really kind of only just showcase products that like I actually would use, you know?
So what are you saying?
So like my,
so you telling me my showcase
straps
is crazy?
No,
my showcase is crazy. I just put a lot of stuff in there.
Mainly because like what I have right now with my TikTok is a lot of this content, short form version of this content, and I don't want to completely overtake this and just start doing a whole bunch of that stuff, you know? So like every now and then I want to do like,
but it's got to be on the TikTok shop too, for you to earn any commission.
Well, yeah. So like my lifting straps, the smelling salts, that shirt, the ashwagandha gummies. They also have. I'm thinking of like a lot of like gym stuff, probably.
Before we get too far, I want to show you. I finally put one of mine up that I don't.
Was it the
I don't post anymore.
Car seat?
I want to show you this video. It's an ad. If you want to go buy the car seat,
just go to her TikTok.
But really, I'm just trying to show you the sun hat. I made my Labubu out of beads. Hopefully you can see that.
Maybe not. Is the volume down or something?
Yeah, it is.
Oh. It's super cute, though.
It is so cute.
That's how you posted TikTok. I was like, oh, no way.
Yeah, I did 3 yesterday. Oh, my third one's funny. We'll get to it. The third one is funny.
Yeah.
Anyways.
If you understand. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Kind of funny. Another thing. So, like, bro, I swear, I'm literally always, like, thinking of different ways I can make money, and a lot of things are like, oh, this, no, oh, this, no, oh, this, no, oh, this, no.
You found something.
I found something that I want to work on. You know, I mean, in a way, it kind of it's kind of replacing my schooling in a way that. The reason why I quit school, it's replacing those things. And okay, so like I want to learn, right? School is a way to learn. This thing is helping me learn. I don't want to learn in the school setting because you got to take tests, you got to do this, you got to do that. I don't want to have to worry about being in debt with all this money.
Being in debt, having to go to class,
like
getting things turned in. Not knowing not a damn thing that you even wrote down because ChatGPT said, write this down. This is the answer. Yeah. What are you learning? Nothing. You know, there's so many factors of why school's kind of just trash. Sorry.
but I mean, there is a similarity in between them where like
it's also good for you. Go to school, guys.
There's a similarity where there's no guaranteed career at the end of it, right? But what I'm talking about
and we've seen that firsthand.
Yeah.
People finishing college and having a great degree and going, can't find a job anywhere.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, understandably, it wasn't like a well.
Either way, it's like, what do you mean? There should, like, I don't know, going through all that work and then you literally doing everything in your power to find a job and it's like impossible. Then why did I just go to school for this long? Like,
yeah. And so what I'm talking about, okay, you're probably like, what is it? What is it? It's day trading. All right. A lot of people are like, oh, day trading. Oh, only 90 or literally less than 5% of day traders are actually successful, which is a proven fact. But the reason why is because the 95% of traders
study for 3 days and go, I got this.
Basically. And a lot
that would be me.
And a lot of the times they'll also get into it, lose, and then quit. You know? And so in the percentile where people actually succeed in it, they'll lose, see that as something to learn from, and then keep going on. And that's a big thing with trading that I've learned is that your mindset and not quitting so easily is a big thing and a very important thing. So like, and this whole thing it's not easy. I've heard from many places it will not be easy, it will be tough and whatnot. And but basically I'm learning a lot from this. Not only learning how
it's like consuming your time like school did, though.
Yeah. But it's not like, what was I saying? Not only is it teaching me the skills in order to learn how to day trade, it's also teaching me skills that I can apply in my own life in the way that in order to be a successful day trader, you need to change your own psychology in order to help yourself trade. Does that make sense? Yeah. But yeah, anyways. But if y'all like, oh, like he's already into it. No, I've only been learning for 4 days, guys. This was a very impulsive decision. Well, not really impulsive. So like I've always been curious about day trading, right? I seen people a long time ago and like be like, oh, I'm a day trader, whatnot. But I never really had the motivation to start learning and whatnot. I kind of got into stocks and like crypto for like a little bit, but I still really didn't know anything about it until literally this last week. One of my coworkers I was talking to, and I found out that he was a day trader.
We just kind of like skipped over the Metallica concert.
We'll get back into that. We'll get back into that.
Kind of just said, never mind.
I'm
You're not going to hear about it
right now. All right. But yeah, so I'm currently very determined, and I know it's not going to be a quick thing. I know like there is no such thing as quick easy money, right?
Except TikTok, if you actually sat your ass down and did it.
But at the same thing, you still gotta. It's not easy money. You have to put in the work, right?
You do, but it's easier. It's easier than our job currently. Low key, you can sit on your butt at home and eat whatever you want, do whatever you want, go wherever you want. Yeah. You know, content is everywhere. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that's like, why is something so easy? Yeah, just I don't want to do it. Yeah, like I don't want to sit there, but I guess I want to go and cook every day.
Mm. Yep. Life's hard, but we gotta learn from those trials, and we gotta move on. Anyways, Metallica concert. All right. Day before. Okay, We're doing a play-by-play of this whole Metallica concert. All right. It was me, you, Nico, and Giosue. Nico came over Thursday night.
To our house.
Spent the night. We woke up very early. Not very early for some of you, but pretty early. Very early for us, okay?
Before we get up for work.
Yeah, or type of early, okay?
Yeah.
That was 6, what?
15, I think.
6:15.
Because we were trying to leave.
Get out of the
house by
ready.
7.
Yeah, I was okay. All right, Gio, if you're watching this, okay, these are facts. All right, okay. If when we tell you to be somewhere, you will guaranteed be late. So I wanted you to be at our house by 7 o'clock, but I'm like, no, Gio's gonna be late. So I told you to be over at our house at 6:30, right?
Guess you got there at 7.
You were right. No. So I called him after I woke up, and
6:15.
Like 6:15 to 6:30.
But
I
also,
called him, and he
lives about 25 minutes away.
Yeah. So okay. Previous day, I texted him. I said I'd be here at 6:30, right? So, dude, I used my 200 IQ. I said be here at 6:30. I called him in the morning. He was like, "Yeah, yo, I'm gonna be a bit late." Really? I didn't know that. That's all right. That's okay. He arrives right when I right when I planned him to be here. I'm just a genius, absolutely genius. I swear, it's like his entire his whole family.
Yeah.
It's
usually the last
like
to show up.
History, like not history. It's in their genes to be 30 minutes to an hour late to something.
I think the reason you find it so like a little aggravating is because your family arrives 4 hours early to functions to help do everything. Like if your parents can help, they're there.
Or they're there. Arrive on time. I feel like I'm so good at usually
there's never been a time
your
parents have been on time. It's always before.
Really?
Always. They're always really where we're supposed to be before us. They're good at it too. The only ones that might be late now are like Beza. Yeah. She doesn't come with your parents.
Don't know. Fine.
And Kaylee has, I assume, no choice because she can't quite drive by herself yet. Nope. So she'll be with your parents normally.
I'm putting Kaylee on to these day trading, dude.
Kaylee?
Yeah. If she starts learning right now, she could potentially be a millionaire by 20.
That's really smart, but
my age. Imagine Kaylee being my age.
You were not 20.
No, like 2022. I'm not.
Oh, I was like...
in her 20s. She could be a millionaire in her 20s. If she sticks to it, if she starts right now, sticks to it until she's my age, boom. Millionaire.
Yeah.
But you really got to you have to stick to it. And I'm ingraining that into my brain. I have to stick to this whole process. And I can't expect myself to just understand it in a couple weeks. It is going to take time, and I keep telling myself it's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Follow the process, okay? Just enjoy the process. All right.
So back to your family on time, Gio's family never on time.
Let's go back to
not try again, but
back to where we were. Okay. On our way. Okay.
No. Gio made it on time.
Made it on time. Okay.
Technically, he thought he was late, but he wasn't.
Yes. We put our stuff in the car. We head out. Stop at Maverick and get gas on our way. Right.
Do you get any...
I thought it was... like I said...
yeah. There's so much to say. It is... We didn't tell you, but it is a 10-hour... it's a 9-hour drive, but it took 11 there and back because of the stops.
Yeah. Okay, so... way back when episode, I said, I might record our California trip. It did not work. It not. I recorded for 3 seconds right out like as soon as we left, and I was like, "This is gonna be a lot of driving, a lot of us sleeping."
Like
There's
literally,
nothing to
it
record.
wasn't a pointless because you
So,
also can't record the
scratch that
actual.
idea.
But you also can't record the actual music because it can get copyrighted if you post it on
True, and there was
YouTube. So there's
music
like almost
playing the
no
entire
point.
time.
Literally almost no point.
Unless
And
it's just,
you'll know why there was almost no point.
yeah, you'll find out. Okay. We leave, we stop at a gas station for a couple snacks. I decide, hey, I'm going to eat like absolute poo-poo caca for these next 2 days. And I'll tell you how that went a little bit later.
And we
all right.
grubbed on some such good food.
It was pretty good.
It was so good.
It was pretty good, but my tummy did not agree with this food, right? It said, what? It said, you've been doing so good. My stomach said, you've been doing so good. What is happening now? What in God's green earth are you putting inside me?
Well, it was worth it.
Yeah. It tasted good going in. Did not feel good staying or going out.
So, well, we're on our way there, okay? And, okay, we left the house 7. Concert starts at 6 California time, so we are an hour behind them.
Wait, hold on. I feel like this was user error before we even left. When I popped up the tickets on my phone, it said 7 o'clock. So I did beep, boop, 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 boop. If we leave by 7 in the morning, we will get there at before 7 at night, California time. Right?
We weren't wrong in any matter. We didn't miss.
I wasn't wrong, okay?
Well, no, but we also didn't miss anything. We didn't miss anything.
What do you mean?
We missed the first 2 hours that we didn't give 2 dangs about. And we missed 15 minutes of Limp Bizkit. Womp womp.
No, I'm saying I said beep boop 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 beep. I calculated it, and we were gonna get there on time in order to see all of them, right?
What's on time though? Did you put into consideration stops,
on
check-in,
time,
and a female getting ready?
On time at 7 o'clock. But in reality, it said 7 o'clock our time.
Which would make it 6.
I didn't know that
Their time.
It meant exactly, but I thought it meant 7 o'clock their time.
Oh,
right?
It's no big deal. I don't think anybody could have drove earlier. Gio was struggling.
Probably not.
You would have struggled beginning the drive.
Nah, it would have been fine.
So you know
I would have
what I mean?
been just a couple naps during
Honestly,
the drive, and that would have
after
been
EDC, I think you're more than okay to drive.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is
drove
about
the entire time we were basically up there. So
give or take adding 2 hours for all the stops. And for whatever reason, we stopped about 45 times on the way there for everyone to pee. Just saying. Swear to God.
All of our pee schedules were not.
Mine was every time someone said I have to go to the bathroom, I said I'm going to push whatever I need out, even if I don't have to pee.
I have never peed so freaking often on a road trip. I mean, I guess, how many times did we stop? Maybe like 5 times?
On the way there?
Yeah.
No. We maybe stopped 8 times. 9 times.
Really?
Yes. We kept stopping.
Jeez. No,
I would take like a 30-minute nap and someone would be like, okay, gotta pee. I'm like, we just left the last stop. We just left.
I know, but like, I have never had to pee so many freaking times on the way there.
That's why I don't drink waters and chug sodas and waters, and because I will be the annoying one.
I didn't want to, but as soon as I start eating, I need water, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
And I need to stay hydrated.
Before we get to the whole
And I was also drinking
thing,
energy drinks.
at one point I decide I'm not gonna have time to get ready.
No.
My plan was all I was gonna do is my makeup and then braid my hair, which doesn't take very long for a girl, I guess, because usually it takes me about 2 hours to get ready. Doing braids and doing a quick makeup look, 45 minutes. Okay, so I'm like, if I have 45 minutes, max an hour, we're solid. We're driving. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, right. But then also I'm like, I want to try Korean corn dogs while we're there.
And I was like...
So he was like, well, when, how, where? And I was like, I'm thinking we can do this tomorrow, the next day. On our way home, we don't really have time. We kind of did because we had to work the next day, but we didn't have to be up at 6 a.m. to leave to go home. So in my head, I'm thinking on the way back. I didn't want to be annoying. But then he goes, all right, Gio, drive here. And I was like, oh, we're eating it today.
You could. I didn't know. I didn't know that you said the next day.
No, I did tell you. I was like, are you sure you don't want to do it tomorrow? And you were like, I don't know if we'll have time or if that's what they will want to eat. So let's just do it now.
Oh, did I say that?
So I was like, okay. So then I was like, oh, man, I'm really not going to have time to get ready. So I'm like, oh, I'll do my makeup in the car. We arrive to, mind you, have not checked in. We drive from here straight
to the Korean corn dog place.
400 stops. Then we get to the Korean corn dog place. So we have not checked in. I am nowhere near ready, except I have the base of my makeup on. Okay. It's 6:07 when we arrive here. Concert is active.
It is 5:40.
8. It was 5:48.
5:48.
We got our food at 6:07.
Yeah,
because it took 15 minutes.
We got in, and then we ordered first of all, we went to the bathroom again. Then we went and we ordered, and then we're like, oh, this is taking a while. And then we go up again to kind of look at the other stuff that they had, and it said everything is all of the corn dogs and whatever are made to order, and it'll take 15 plus minutes.
Okay, I didn't know it was going to take 15 plus minutes. But I did assume they were going to be fresh because I know you've never been to Hot Dog on a Stick. We just got one recently in our mall.
They're all made fresh?
They're all made fresh.
Wait, it's inside the mall?
It is inside the mall. That's one of the new places. That's how long it's been since we've been to our mall. But anyways, Hot Dog on a Stick used to be one of my favorite. Like if we were going to the mall, Jerica's getting Hot Dog on a Stick. Because they also do funnel cake fries.
Hot Dog on a Stick?
Yep.
Funnel cake fries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyways, besides the point. We get there. I get hot Cheeto with the mozzarella inside.
Ooh, and then I see they have a Takis one.
Yeah, so he gets a Takis one. Hot dog inside.
They got crushed Takis on top of a glizzy on a stick. I'm about to shove that in my mouth.
Whoa. But then I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of starving. What if we share a third one? So I could at least eat 1.5. So we get the potato one. And then his cousin got a hot Cheeto one as well, right? So we get in the car, and this is where I'm supposed to finish the rest of my makeup, which is all I have left is my eyes, which takes 5 minutes. Because I don't put eyeshadow on. I just do mascara and eyeliner. Besides the point. We get in the car, and I hand Nico his hot dog, failing to realize these are the messiest things on planet Earth. Messy.
Every single bite.
So this poor kid is sitting in the back of the car holding his hot dog. And I was like, listen, I have no choice but to I see
Nico holding his hot dog or his corn dog, and I was like, Nico, are you gonna eat your hot dog? He was like, yeah, but it's gonna go everywhere. I said, oh, good point.
So I have the box. I'm trying to shove this food in my mouth as quick as I can.
And he's just sitting there, just
and
mouth
we're talking
drooling.
And we're talking.
He's waiting so patiently.
We're talking to the person that eats as slow as a snail slithers. Like I am the slowest eater, and
he's sitting there like a dog with a biscuit on his nose, waiting for his owner to be like, "Okay, go."
He kept asking. He's like, "You almost done?" I was like, "You're giving me 30 seconds, man. I got give me a second more to shove this in my mouth." So I wanted to. Oh, man, I was so mad about how fast I had to eat it because I was like, I just want to savor every single bite. Every bite. It was that good. And so eat as fast as I can. We get to the hotel, which is only like 15 minutes away. I finally give the box to Nico. Nico eats his hot dog in under a minute.
At this point, I'm a little upset because I'm like, oh, we're late. We need kind of get there as fast as we can.
At this point, it's like 6:30 now. Like, we're 30 minutes late, but Ice Nine Kills was the opener. I don't care to see them. But,
you start getting ready.
Well, no, we get upstairs, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, what do I do? Because I can't braid it. I'm not going to have time.
Straighten it.
So I just re-straightened my hair, put two. Yeah. I knew there was a reason. I knew there was something telling me those braids will save your life tonight. I knew it. But guess who had to wear their hair straight and down?
You should have just put it in a ponytail, dude.
I did.
Oh.
But my braids hold back all my flyaway hairs in the front.
Oh.
You know? And if these ones are blowing around, it's fine. It's the fact that all of my hair was out, okay?
All right. Second thing. All right.
Took me 5 minutes, so I really didn't take that long to get ready.
She's doing her hair. I finally get the chance to eat my freaking glizzy. All right. Oh. That was banging, dude.
Yeah.
Way better than the potato one.
Like, oh, yeah.
The potato one, like, it was potatoes. It was like no salt on it. But it was still good. And then, like, biting into the Takis one. Ooh. It was like, delicious.
I saved you a bite of the hot Cheeto mozzarella one. Tell me that wasn't
that one was
freaking
good.
We liked it so much to the point on our way to Vegas, like the first stop we're making again probably is those hot dogs, bro.
I'm going to be eating like Dookie for another 3 days this weekend.
Darn it.
And so now I've come to the conclusion we're just going to start lean bulking after this
because he hasn't stopped going to the gym. He's still going to the gym.
Still going to the gym. I'm just going to start lean bulking after we go to the gym, okay? After we go to Vegas this weekend. All right.
Yeah.
So basically what that means, I'm still going to be eating these healthy foods and whatnot. I'm just going to be eating a little bit more. So satisfying my big bag self a little bit more, but with cleaner foods.
Yeah. Anyways, after all that, my outfit of choice was booty shorts. That's what they're called. My booty wasn't out. I could look a little bit.
They're just shorty shorts.
They're short. Okay.
Shorty short.
And then I do a crop top, but it's like a see-through bottom of the crop top. So like, it wasn't like thick material. The top was, and the arms were thick material, but the bottom is like supposed to be mesh and have that like crunch look on the sides. I don't know. It's really cute, but very much airflow can get through, making me colder. Okay. That's all. That's all I had on. That's all I had on. Crop top and really short shorts.
So we head on out and
we book it.
Yeah. And I put on the maps, I said Levi Stadium parking lot. Okay. Boom. Parking lot, go. We get to the parking lot. I'm coming into this parking lot. It says employees only. I said, huh? What? I pull in, and then in front of us we see roller coaster. Huh? What? This is not a stadium. Huh?
Low-key so then we look at the map. Lagoon, huh?
Literally, we look at the map. I zoom in. We're at a theme park. Where in the world does this theme park just spawn in? I said Levi Stadium, and I said, all right. We're gonna wipe this. Okay, Levi Stadium parking. And then Gio even looks it up, and we're rapping.
He goes
hold on,
1 minute away.
No, he's like, here, I'm gonna search it up. I was like, Gio, you gotta find this because I'm driving. I can't. Okay, so we're wrapping around this parking lot. We're going to the exit, and he says, okay. Let me visual. Okay, from your guys' angle, we come in this way. This is the entire parking lot. Okay, we go like this. We wrap around. We're right here. We're about to turn left. We're about to turn right to go out
and get out and
Gio
find where it's at.
And Gio says, wait, turn left. And I said, no, we just went that way. This is a closed off parking lot and you can't get anywhere. And the directions that were telling us to get to the parking lot for Levi Stadium, it said, go through the amusement park. Run everybody over and go through the amusement park. So I said,
not only that, she goes, trust, turn left.
And I said, no.
And you said, okay. You said, okay. We did it again, didn't we?
No.
I thought you did it.
No, I said, no, that's all blocked off. So I turned out of there and I said, all right, you got to find this place. So we ended up finding a parking lot somehow.
Somehow.
I go down this road and I was like $80 parking. And I was like, I can't. No, I'm not going to go there. Down literally 100 feet away, it said $70 parking. I said, a deal.
You said $10 cheaper.
$10 cheaper deals. I turned in there. I was like, we might as well pay $70 for parking because we're already so late. If we spend any more time for looking for parking, we're just not gonna see Metallica at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cha-ching, $70 parking, right?
Mind you,
we left.
I brought this hoodie with me, thinking, man, if I get cold, I'll at least have my EDC hoodie.
Hold on. Okay,
in the car with me.
Keep that. Yeah. So we left. I also brought my hoodie. Okay, and days prior, I seen that it was Levi Stadium,
which is
Levi Stadium, football stadium, outdoors. Okay, so I'm like, oh, it's gonna be outdoors.
Well, explain football stadium. It's a 49ers.
Yeah, it was a Niner Stadium.
Tell me that's not cool.
Football team. That was really cool to be there.
We also learned that football fields look a lot smaller in person.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
But yeah, anyways.
Okay, so yeah, a week or two prior, a week prior.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, it's gonna be the highs are gonna be 86. I was even reading this to you, 86 or whatever.
I remember this. So this is why I picked the outfit I did in my head. Because I was like 80, and my brain didn't think this concert's at night, and it's no longer going to be 80 at that time.
And then I said lows are going to be 54, I think is what it said. So I was like, all right, it's gonna be a little bit chilly, right? So I brought a hoodie, but I forgot.
We both did
to bring in the hoodie.
But I don't know where my thoughts were, because my whole thought
where it was either.
Well, no, my whole thought of bringing the hoodie was to wear at the concert. Because what purpose would it have after? And in the car. So I'm not really sure why. Like, I even looked at it and was like, should I take this? And I was like, nah. And I think it's because...
What?
I think it's just because we were so late. And I was like, man, I'll be okay. Yeah, I'll be fine. Then we got in a fight on the way there.
But no,
this specific topic.
Yeah. We started walking and I was like... We were like...
Well, no, it's like, it's really windy and it's cold.
Yeah, we were like 1/4 of the way to the stadium, okay? We probably could have turned back
and got our
immediately
stuff.
If we turned back right there immediately, got our stuff, and then would have been completely fine. Would just maybe missed like one song of
Limp Bizkit, not even Metallica, but we also it was about a 15-minute walk, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. But so we're walking, and then we start getting closer, or no. So I said, "Oh, it's gonna be cold." Like, why didn't you bring your hoodie?
This whole time I'm thinking it's inside. Why? I have no idea. But my brain was set on inside. And the reason I think I thought that is because every single concert we've been to has been indoors.
Yeah.
So it confused me.
And then, we started getting into argument. I was like, babe, you knew.
I knew, but I didn't know. Like, it was so much. It was such a blonde moment of mine. It was ridiculous. How I wish I could just let you see into my brain how it happened, because then you'd be like, oh, Yeah, well, yeah, you're dumb. You know, because I am. That was a dumb move. Like,
but you was
dumb on my part.
fighting me about it. You was fighting me
but
so
everything
hard
was
about it.
dumb. Why did I choose the outfit I chose?
I don't know.
That was stupid number one. Forget the hoodie. The hoodie would have been great if I had pants on. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
My brain was not there.
No, but yeah. So we get there and we sit down. And we were like, "Ooh, all right, we're gonna thug it out."
Well, on the way there, I was already getting
right?
so upset. And this where my hair comes in. It was all down and straight, and it was going everywhere. And I was so annoyed with my hair.
Oh, yeah, wait.
And not only that, when my hair's really long, in the wind, bound to have the biggest knots afterwards. And so I mean, I tried to avoid it by putting it in a ponytail, but my ponytail was barely holding up. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So we're on our way going through security. Gio gets pulled aside to check for any weapons or whatever. So what set off the alarm were his big chain. So they're like,
well, yeah, too much metal.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that
I see what you're saying.
If you set off the alarm, you got to go in this other line. So they got to check you for other stuff because you could have a gun on you and it's hidden, right? So he goes and he's going through this separate line to check for to be further checked. Okay. He takes off his chain. He takes off everything, and then the lady's like, "Oh, you can't bring this chain in here." And then what does he say? He was like,
"My necklace." I think he asked, like, "Oh, my necklace." She goes, "Oh, it's a necklace. Oh, you're good."
He said something like that, and she said, "Oh, never mind. You're good." No, she's like, "Is it?" He's like, "My chain," and she's like, "Oh, it's a chain. Never mind. You're good." I don't know what.
Oh,
but basically,
I thought she said no. If it's a chain, you can't, because I could imagine.
Maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could understand like chains.
And then he walked out and he told us this and he was like, "But it is a chain."
That is true. It was a chain.
It's quite literally. It's literally a chain.
Like a chain, like a link chain.
Link chain.
It really was
about yay long.
Yeah, and it was thick chains.
Pretty thick chains.
But yeah,
so he
really
wasn't
did.
supposed to bring that in.
Yeah,
but it was confusion, I guess.
She said, "Oh,
he ended up walking in with it."
Yeah, because I was gonna say she was like, "Oh, it's a chain." She thought it was something else. I think. I don't know. Besides the point, we made it in.
Yeah, made it in.
No weapons on us.
We walked in to saw the inside of the stadium. It was huge. It was such a big stadium, dude.
And you hear Limp Bizkit. Do it.
Chocolate starfish. It's just one of those days.
No, yeah, I could hear him. Everyone could. Everyone was getting excited. I was like, man,
yeah,
they're already out. And we have about 47 flights of stairs to walk up.
No, we didn't know that.
We didn't know that at first, but
we were trying to find our thing, and we asked the person, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's the way up there
at the top.
You got to go up these stairs." So we started going up, literally 4 or 5 flights of stairs, something like that. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. There's surely 8.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
8.
I don't know.
My legs said 8 flights.
But yeah, we end up finding our seats. Okay, found our seats, watching Limp Bizkit, and there was this lady in front of us. She was just standing up in the way.
Yeah, I couldn't even see.
Sit down.
Oh my gosh, you left, and Nico screamed, "Sit down." It stressed me out.
Way.
Nico stressed me out in that moment. You had left.
Wait.
Okay, you had left. Oh, before we get to that lady was standing up in front of us. I'll tell you what stressed me out.
What did I leave? Huh? For the church?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, no, we're sitting there and it was cold and I was freezing, but I was at that point I looked like he felt really bad. I said, honestly, I did it to myself. It's my own fault. I can't be mad at anybody but me.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, number 1, take accountability. Number 2, deal with it. You did it. So I was like, I'm fine. Meanwhile,
So,
Goosebumps weren't leaving my leg,
you
but I was like,
tried your best to thug it out, but I even started getting cold. And
so did Gio and Nico.
And then so I was like, all right, I'm going to try and find a merchandise place to buy a hoodie at this point. So,
because I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll spend $70 on a hoodie right now. I don't care.
Yeah. So I leave. I book it. I run all the way down these flights of stairs, basically near the entrance. And because I saw
No, you did 2 rounds.
I saw a merch shop out like in the front of the stadium. So I asked these people, I was like, is that the only merch shop? And they said, no, there's one here, 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 and then right above you where I just was on the 3rd floor. I said, right. But luckily, there was escalators that went all the way up. Yeah. So I took the escalators, and then I wrapped around. I got in line. Super, super long line.
No, you went twice.
No?
Yes, you did. You left and said, let me go see if there's a merch thing. You came back, you said there isn't. And you're like,
oh,
do you want me to just go get you a shirt
I didn't go.
something?
I didn't go to the downstairs first. I left and I looked around to see if there was any, and I came back because I didn't see. But yeah, I didn't see any on the 3rd floor, but I just didn't go far enough.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't find it, and I was like, whatever. And then we started getting colder and colder, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go down and just find out where it is. So
that's when all that happened, and then you stood in a line for over an hour.
Literally. To
the point he missed all of Limp Bizkit and missed the 2 maybe even 3 first Metallica songs, which is okay because we didn't know anything until the end. But still. But while you were gone, okay, I'm sitting there freezing, but I am just trying to keep to myself. I'm like, you stupid idiot. You did this to yourself. You should have worn better clothes. Ugh, so mad at myself in my head. Meanwhile, Gio and Nico are cold, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Like, it really is that cold, right? And we're just kind of like laughing, joking. I finally go, it's hot. It's hot right now. I'm manifesting it's hot right now. I am so hot. It's crazy. Nico goes, I think he said, oh, are we back in where we're from? Or something. Gio was like, oh, yeah, man, it's hot out here. I was like, oh, this isn't working. Like, we're just trying to joke around, make fun. But then they leave to get pizza. Right. And Gio gets a single, like, personal pizza, comes back with it, right? And Nico's holding it, and they're opening it. Or before they open it, Nico's like, I want a piece, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm going to be honest. Can I see that box for 2 seconds to sit it on my thighs? 2 seconds. I didn't say thighs. I just said my legs. But I was like, can I put that on my legs for a second? And Gio was like, oh, that's genius. Yeah, do. So I took it, and I was like, put it on my legs for a second. And I was like, here, I don't want to make your pizza cold. Like, it was
good idea. Good idea. Big brain moment right there.
But I didn't have pants on. I'm the only one that didn't. So the
shorts.
little bit of warmth
you had pants
was
on,
real
just
nice.
Shorts.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So halfway through the line, they said all hoodies and long sleeve shirts are sold out.
That's
yeah, literally.
I would have turned around and been, never mind then. I would have been so mad. I did not know that's how that happened. I thought you just said, they immediately were like, it's sold out. I don't know. I thought maybe they had a sign that said that all hoodies sold out or something.
No, I was standing in line, and there was a lady
in the line.
There was a lady walking down the line. She said, all hoodies and long sleeve shirts are all sold out. And I was like, babe, all the hoodies are sold out. You want me to get a shirt? She said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me read the text, okay? Because this one's funny. Kind of funny. This okay. Okay. First text received it. 9:27 p.m. Meaning it was 8:30 there. So he texts and says, hoodies and long sleeves. Actually, it says hoodies and long lives sold out. With the skull face. Or dead skull, whatever. He said, just get a t-shirt then? I said, yeah. He said, L or XL? I said, XL. He said, you sure? We can get the large. And I said, the bigger the better right now.
The more coverage, the better.
And then he said, I
said, I.
And that was that conversation. He texts me 10 minutes later, says, I'm so close. I said, how close? They're almost done. I'm so sorry, lovey. You said close, but so far. Then
You said
a minute later, I said, just leave it. You can come back. I'll be okay. And I was not mad at all. It may have looked it because I didn't use emojis or anything, but I was cold trying to type, and then I'd put my hands back in my armpits to keep my hands warm. So that's why. And then you were like, I'm like 10 people away, not about to leave and lose this spot.
Yeah, no.
And I was like,
and then at that point, I looked back behind. No, we were already like a song or two in at that point.
No, not yet.
No?
No.
Oh. Well, I looked behind and there was no line behind me, and I was like, that tracks. So I was like, nice. Great.
That checks out for sure. And then I said, they aren't on yet. You said, what? They're not on yet. Oh, it's because the songs were playing.
Yeah, the songs were playing and I thought they were on.
But you know what it was? You know how like before Peyton and Cam come on the stage, there's like a little video?
Yeah.
It was kind of like a little like video that they had playing.
Intro before they get on. Okay.
And then I said, they're coming out right now. And you said, oh, I see. Take pictures. And then he was 15 minutes after that is when you finally got to me. So you missed the first couple songs.
Yep.
But.
And then even with the shirt, you were still freezing. I was still absolutely cold.
I was, but I put it on and was able to put my hands in my shirt and stay cool, like warmer-ish.
Still cold though.
Yeah.
And then you with your shorts on, your poor legs were so cold.
While you were in line,
I was literally putting my hands inside my pants to keep my hands warm.
I couldn't. I had no room to do that.
Nope.
But as I was waiting for you to get back with the shirt, thinking you were gonna be back much sooner than I thought. Okay, both of my thumbs, like from the top, like from my fingernail down to like mid wrist, right, or like a little, like right here, was numb, and it started going numb because of how cold it was, to the point I couldn't feel it, and I was sitting there like,
what's happening?
I was like, oh no. And then I go to tell Gio and Nico, they can't hear me. They don't give a dang. Like, Metallica's on stage as I'm like, oh, I can't. Is this bad? Immediate thought was, is this frostbite? Is this what it feels like? I'm dying. Like, I'm stressing. All of a sudden, this thumb does it. And I was like, it's not coming back. So I like put my hands in between my legs, and they start getting warm, like to the point they're warm. And I bring them out, still numb. And I was like, what did I do? What did I do?
I said I came back and you told me that. I was like, you're fine.
And then I was like, oh yeah. Okay.
I said, you're fine, babe. You're fine.
I was stressing though for a second. But then concert ends. Great concert. Oh my god. It was so good.
Okay,
even though
it was good.
It's our own dang fault. We only know 4 songs from that band that we just really like.
It was good, but I feel like they definitely could have played a few more other songs that we liked, right?
Yeah, they
really only played 2 songs that I know really well.
Okay, they played about 5 that I knew.
Yeah, they only played 2 that I knew.
But I swear to God, before me, Andre didn't even know who Metallica was. So.
Yeah. But when right before they played Fuel, so like they were going on a spree of songs that I just did not know, and every song I was like, nah. I was like, another one that I don't know. Nah, another one I don't know. Another one I don't know. But they were all good songs, right? They were all good songs. And then he starts doing this really slow slow like guitar riff and whatnot. And then like it goes on for maybe like 10, 20 seconds. And I'm like, oh, it's another song I don't know. And then all of a sudden, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that much. And then just like fire and just, I was like, oh!
So cool. You're like, a song I know.
Like, yes, yes.
They did have a slow song they played that I knew.
And then
though.
I look over,
cool.
I look over at Jerry, and she's like,
I did. Because my hands were in my shirt. I'd have my phone on my lap on ready to record so that I could just go under my shirt and like hurry up and record it. But all their songs are like 8 minutes long, so I'm sitting there like,
yeah.
But I got all of the songs I wanted.
And
my favorite, I don't know if anybody else did. None of y'all seemed like you enjoyed it as much as I did. But Kirk and Robert doing that freaking
the new
that
thing
duo song they made. Oh, it was so good, and I'm so mad I didn't record it. It was so cool watching them.
It was pretty cool.
Like,
and
just,
there was like they said that
I just loved it. I just loved it.
They said that it was their first time ever doing
it
showing
successfully.
Successfully.
Because they were like they've been training, and the first time they tried it was Canada, or something like that.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was really good though, and I'm really mad I didn't record because, like, I don't know, just watching two band members going at it, like facing each other, going at it on the guitars, like it felt like so. I don't know,
wholesome.
like yeah, that,
yeah.
and you can just those two are just like
buddies.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Like you probably feel so much. What's the word I'm looking for?
Connected.
No, like
in sync, in tune.
You know when someone like I want to say appreciated, but not appreciated. Like you feel so. Like you know that person is like you're doing great. You know what I mean? Like. You're so good at what you're doing.
Supportive?
I don't know, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's giving like, I don't know. I liked it though. It was good.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. Watching people, because I've never seen that. Watching someone go at it on a guitar was like, whoa.
Just
whoa.
Shredding, just cooking, absolutely cooking on
it was crazy
on the guitar.
To me. It was crazy to me, and I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, then they ended off the night with Master of Puppets, and that was freaking great. It was so good.
That's a 9-minute song, 9-minute song.
In
that
the
was
middle,
a rough one to record.
you know, the middle part where they just could do the guitar.
Yes, it was that part.
So good, so good. And then it ended, and then we got out of there, and oh boy, this podcast starting to go a little long.
That's okay. We're almost done. We're getting there.
We left, and I was like, or everybody was like, "Yeah, let's stop at In-N-Out." Right?
Well, no, as we're getting out of there, my body's so numb to the point I don't even realize I'm cold, but I know dang well I'm cold. And so we get to the car. When we get to the car finally, I immediately put my hoodie on. Genius thought after the concert. Listen, I knew what I was doing. Put the hoodie on after the cold, and then blasted the heater. And it was to the point like the heater felt so warm and so good. My skin was on fire. It was so hot in that car.
Yeah.
But it was like at this point, because even feeling cold air for 2 seconds would give me the shivers. I was not okay.
Yeah.
I was not okay after that.
But we were like, all right, we were In-N-Out bound. Okay, we were like, okay, there's an In-N-Out right here. It's really close.
Everyone's gonna stop there because everyone wants In-N-Out now.
But we're like, okay, whatever. So we're going towards this In-N-Out that's pretty close. It says to turn right. Road is blocked off, and there's a whole bunch of traffic going the other way. So I was like, all right, guys, we're just going to have to go to the next In-N-Out. That's 13 minutes away. So we start going that way. We get to this In-N-Out. Line is out the wazoo packed.
But we were going to go
literally packed out to the light.
The line was. but our plan was to go inside to eat, and the inside was not that full.
Well, we don't know that.
We do. I see.
You saw the inside?
Yes, because when you came out to turn in a different area, going past it, it was empty on the outside.
Bruh.
There was like 2 or 3 cars and like couple people inside.
Bruh.
It was so dead.
But
inside.
so I was like, okay, we're just gonna go inside, right? So we turn around and then we make
there's
a
another
right.
entrance into In-N-Out. Clearly there wasn't where the dang line was.
There was like a gas station, right? And then there was the In-N-Out was on like the other side of it. So I'm like, okay, so there's an entrance, and I seen like cars on this inside or whatever. So I turn around and get to this light. I take a right. I'm starting to go down this right. I'm like, no entrance, no entrance, no entrance. I look up and it said, entrance to freeway. I said, what? I said, there's no freaking way. So I get out of the way and I just start going. I'm like, I don't even know where we're going now. I don't even know where we're at. I was like, we just get the address for the house. And we're just going to...
The hotel.
For the hotel. So I am upsetty spaghetti at this point, and we make it to the hotel.
He's actually so mad.
And we get to the hotel, and I'm like, we don't even have any bit of water.
Nothing. We had nothing.
I'm hungry. I am tired.
I'm mad.
I'm like, okay. There was a Chevron literally
but wait,
just
before we leave
street.
Again, we dropped Gio and Nico off.
I was like, if you guys want to get out and leave, like,
but Gio wakes up. Meanwhile, he fell asleep. Yeah. Gio wakes up and goes, no. This doesn't look like In-N-Out.
And I said, nope. Nope.
He said, get out of the car. Get out.
I was livid at this point. I was so annoyed with the city of Santa Clara, California. Ooh, I could square up with it at that point.
I just hate California roads. Okay. Unless you're in San Diego side. This side
it was not even that freaking late.
It's worse than Vegas. In Vegas,
what time was it? It wasn't even midnight yet. Was it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. Well then.
By that time.
But I was like, okay, we're just gonna go across the street to this Chevron, and we're gonna go inside, get some water, get some snacks, and then come back. We get there. We see from across the street it says open. So I'm like, all right, yes, let's go. So we turn in there, we park, we go walk up to the door. There's chains on the door. Brother,
I was actually afraid to get back inside of the car with you.
Why?
I know you were mad. I was waiting for you to lose it in the car. Not on me. I was just waiting for your top to blow. I was waiting for it. I was like, this man is going to scream when we get back in the car.
So freaking annoyed. So I'm like, all right, next one down the road, not very far. We go towards it. It's literally gated off. You can't even get to it, and it's not open. So I'm like,
then
breathe.
Then my bright self goes, where's the Maverick?
And I was like, Maverick is only in Utah, babe. There's no Maverick anywhere else. I didn't know that.
Maverick's such a well-known place here. I would have never thought in a million years there was not a Maverick somewhere else.
I look up this other place, and we're like, all right, we're going to go to this place. It is 5-6 minutes away. We're going towards it. And then Jerry's like, oh, what about this other place?
Which is right across the street.
And we look, and there's people going inside. So I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm like, not even going to take any other chance. We are going to this one right now. So we go to it. We were able to pick up some water, pick up some snacks.
Meanwhile, cops are in there following us around like we're trying to steal. I was like...
You was?
Yes.
I just saw him walk in. That's about it. I didn't
every aisle light was down. Bro was looking at some sort of candy bar on that aisle. I was like, what is your problem?
Bro was probably just hungry and getting ready for his night shift.
But anyways, we did get food and we got water. But... Andre goes, is there like a microwave at the hotel? And I was like, I don't think so. Calls Gio. Gio's like, no, man.
No.
There's a
microwave there.
Microwave.
There's a microwave at the gas station, but
he was like, I don't want a microwave. I was like, are you crazy?
Gas station.
I was like, I got a burrito, and I was like, well, I'm not eating it cold. You said, well, I'll eat the chicken sandwich cold.
Well, yeah, you got a burrito. You're fine with heating it up at the gas station. I didn't want to heat it up at the gas station.
Chicken. A crispy chicken sandwich. You didn't want it. You want to eat that cold?
Oh I would eat it cold.
Oh my god.
I don't care. I just didn't want to microwave it there and then have to wait until it got all the way home because then it would already be cold again. So, and then I was finally like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to microwave it, I guess. Microwaved it for a little bit. Wasn't even that warm. I was like, whatever. Started eating it. I took like two bites and then waited until we got home to eat the rest of it. So it was cold anyways. Yeah. Whatever.
Then it was nice. Then I was able to take a shower. I got I did super hot water, so I got straight into bed. So all the freaking heat from the water because you know, like you take a really hot shower, and when you get out, obviously your skin's still pretty hot. Yeah. I dried off so fast, got dressed, and hopped in the bed to keep all that freaking warmth on me. Mm-hmm. And then I woke up. It was a good night's rest too. I was tie when we laid down. Oh yeah. But we wake up. And it was hot. It was hot. But I wasn't going to complain.
No, yeah, I started getting real hot noticing that it was hot like 6 a.m. or something like that. Yeah. And then, it was right after the first alarm went off. First alarm went off, I was like, we can sleep for another 30 minutes. So I had another alarm for 8 o'clock. 12. I had another alarm for 8 o'clock, right? And I was like, all right, second alarm went off. Nobody has moved an inch. So I'm like, all right. Blinds open. Okay. I'm like, all right, maybe this will wake these guys up a little bit because we kind of got to get on the road pretty soon so that we can get home at a decent time. All right. I look over. Nico has a blanket over his eyes. I'm like, brother. I'm like, he does not. Nobody wants to get up right now, dude.
Yeah. But anyways, you were talking about turning the AC down,
I ended up doing that and then laying back down.
Yeah, but once everyone woke up,
real quick. Huh? I say it got nice and cool real quick after that.
Well, when everybody woke up, I was sitting there like doing I don't know. I was in the bathroom, not in the bathroom. There was like this area of like a mirror, and I was probably doing something with my hair or something. And I hear you guys talking about, man, it was getting real hot, blah blah blah. And I turned around, and I said,
not even gonna complain.
I'm not even gonna complain about it being hot. Honestly. Yeah.
It should have been hotter last night.
Yeah, actually, it should have been 85 in here.
No.
And I woke up, my feet were hot, and I was like, I'm going to
enjoy this moment while it lasts.
Yeah. Am I uncomfy? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is this luxury right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we got in the car. Gio ended up driving. Did we stop for any food?
Yeah, we got Cane's.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We love a good Cane's, and we don't have it here where we live.
I want to go to Chick-fil-A. Low-key, I don't know.
Let's do a Chick-fil-A.
I like the cane sauce.
I do, too. Some about their chicken's getting pretty freaking salty, though.
I don't...
Did you notice that?
Or is it the sauce? I was going to say the sauce is definitely salty. 100%.
Because
I was going to say the chicken is not very salty because the inside of the chicken, there's no flavor of the chicken.
I know something about it.
Like the crust is crunchy, and then you bite into the chicken, and it's just plain. It's just so plain.
Right, and it's like something something changed. Like I used to be like, I would die for this food, and now I'm like, we can go to Cane's.
Yeah, I mean it's
one
still
place
good.
I'll never poop on though is
Popeyes.
Rubio's.
I want to go to Popeyes.
I'm not a fan of Popeyes, but I'll eat Popeyes.
I love the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Catch me on chicken sandwich if I ever have one again.
Yeah. But yeah, we grubbed on, and I did. Oh, and that's the best Dr. Pepper I had all weekend. Cane's Dr. Pepper was fire.
Mm-hmm. And then we were left on our way home. Mm-hmm. I slept a lot.
Drove all the way. God bless it.
I also
learned more.
Watched basically a whole 5-hour video for the entire time that we were traveling.
I have something to say before we go after this story.
About trading. We stopped at one gas station. And there was this really weird. There was this guy who came up to me and me and you, or me and Nico.
Me, you, and Gio.
Oh, yeah, me, you and
Nico
Gio.
was in the bathroom.
And he was like, "Y'all got any gas money? Like, I'm stranded
Like,
and
he was
this and this and this." And he
I don't know.
he seemed like he was kind of tweaking at the
There's
time.
something
He
was
was like,
going on.
"Yeah, you guys got any gas money? Like,
$10.
anything to spare? Like, anything will help. Like, I'm kind of stranded out here. Like, I just came from I just need to go to the other town." And he
And
was
he was just
making like no
yapping.
sense, but asking us
Yeah.
for money. I was like, literally me, literally me holding chips, a slushie, and a drink. I'm like, yeah, I really don't have anything on me. And I thought about I thought about that
because we just bought our stuff.
I thought about after he left, and I was like, bro, I'm holding all of this stuff, and I just said, yeah, I got nothing. Or wait, or maybe I said.
But we also were just not like we're making fun and all, but we are the type of people to help people. This time was not the time. We didn't have the money.
We really didn't have the money. Didn't have the time. Didn't have the money. But then
this time it was harder
it was
because
a good hunch. It was a good hunch because we immediately saw him fill up his tank.
Yeah.
With what money? Guys?
Full tank.
Yep, he filled it up completely.
And then proceeded to like
ask another guy for money.
Ask another guy after filling his tank, and then also looking because we're at this gas pump. He was at this gas pump. Okay, he makes he drives out, comes right here,
goes to another gas pump.
Goes to this gas pump, and looks at I was looking that way, not in a way of trying to get his attention, but I kind of and I was like, what the heck? I was like, we gotta go.
Let's go.
We gotta go.
This guy's I don't know what he's on. He's on something.
Yeah, something didn't feel right about it.
And then we left. And then
it was just a lot of sleeping.
Super long driving. A shout out to Gio Sway. He drove the entirety of the way home.
And then took Nico to your parents' house
sauce for that. Got home decently late,
and then
10
we got right back in our car, and guess what we went and got?
We went and got
In and out.
That was delicious, but also it was good. It was good, but I really wasn't craving it at the moment, so it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was. I was like, man, I'm kind of full. I almost just got the animal fries, and that was it because I was so full.
But I was like, I ain't gonna miss this chance.
Speaking of In-N-Out, I could grab some In-N-Out
burger right now. Energy on saver. Oh, I need to stop. All right, so.
Oh, I'll tell you next time then. I alluded to it in the beginning of that TikTok, but I will make sure.
My computer's battery's about to quit out on us.
Yeah, but I'll make sure to talk about it next time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another week's episode. Hopefully this episode was a little bit better than last week's episode that we don't talk about. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you get notified anytime an episode comes out. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Because that's literally what you said.
Is a single quarter equal to $1?
And then I said so if I have four room temperature waters, it would be the same as one cold water?
No one said you had to put 4 quarters together to make $1. I'm just saying the one singular 25-cent coin is not equal to $1. Therefore, no, I don't want warm water.
4 warm waters equals
no sense.
1 cold water.
You're not making sense.
You're not making Ooh.
It's like saying...
almost smelled fishy.
Is your shirt blue? It actually is kind of blue. Is your shirt black?
Yes.
No.
It is
obviously
for blind
not.
People. Boom. Roasted.
All right.
Okay.
This feels...
I'm not sure if that's
maybe... Maybe that's why. Yeah.
It is recording.
Wow, the bumps and shakes you're gonna have to.
Boom, 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 dong, dong. How's it going, guys?
3, 2, 1.
3.
Why'd I put
2,
up 2 fingers?
1. Straight face.
Okay, you stress me out.
What?